What's up, guys? So I figured I'd get on here, give you a nice little update on the car, how things are going, a little about how I'm doing, and what to expect. So there is a lot going on with me. I know kind of my outside of my social media life, work's kind of busy. Got other things kind of cooking in the fire as well. I'm gonna give you a little tour of the new tools that we have in the garage, at our fingertips, in the arsenal, as you will, and maybe drop a couple hints as to what might be happening there. Also, we'll cover about the Mustang, everything that's been done so far, and things that are soon to come. So yeah, work's been kind of busy. I've not been able to get out to the garage as much. I know you guys could probably notice the little down in activity as far as like shorts or Instagram posts and the TikToks. I'm not gone, but yes, it has slowed down just a tad bit. So that's kind of what's going on with there. I feel like that's all that's really needed. Basically, I've just been busy. Just been busy with the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 is going a little past 5 for me, and but that's okay. It's not a permanent thing. It will pass. We will kind of dip back down, and then we will be back to 100%. All right, let me show off my new toy. No, I'm just kidding. Not that. All right, so I feel like this was a matter of time that I'd go ahead and own a Porsche. No, I'm just kidding. Matter of time before I would get my hands onto a nice hydraulic press. This is of course, it is the Harbor Freight 20-ton. It's been working pretty snazzy. As you can see, I've got a couple plates right here that are dimpled. Loving how that works. Great little quality. Works like a charm. Now, per se, we want to do some dimpling. I've got some tricks up my sleeve that I'm going to reveal later in this video of what might be, going on here. Anyways, so dimple dies, doing pretty good. If we want to do some axle bearings and things like that, we can now do that here at the home shop. We don't have to go to a garage, some sort of mechanic shop to have them do it with their press. We have our own. So got a hydraulic press, pretty excited about it. Now this guy, we spent a pretty penny. This is, of course, the JD Squared Model 32 pipe bender. And let me tell you, I don't have an example of pipe bending, but I have bent with this pipe. It works pretty good. You do have to shorten the handle so that it doesn't hit the door, but we don't expect the Mustang to be on jack stands in non-driving condition forever, right? So, but I will say this is probably enough leverage, but if you do need more leverage, you can pull this pin right here, and you have probably double the length of a handle to help bend some pipe. And so the way this works, it's kind of like a very basic ratcheting system with these guys right here that kind of go with the die right there. This currently is a 3/4 inch Schedule 40 die. In the box over there, I have 1 inch Schedule 40. And I have basically everything you need to make a bend on some pipe. And we could really elevate some of our fabrication with this guy, along with, our TIG welder. We got this last year, and it's been servicing me, serving me well. All right, to the Mustang. So obviously, we are still not running and driving. Okay, still not running and driving. There's the old clutch disc right there, with hardly any The lines you see right there is basically a faint, image of what was there. So I need a new clutch for sure. Definitely need a new clutch. Yeah. We definitely need new hydraulic bearing. I've just kind of kept this hooked up for right now. Left it right there so that we don't lose all the fluid. I do have a new braided line from McLeod, and I have their nice fancy little doohickey clips so that I can go back to the AN line with this guy right here, but I can also bleed the throttle bearing, which is also really, really well. So that might do good, because if we ever go to a track day, hey, fluid might get cooked. We can swap fluid out, and this would help by so much, like huge, because we won't have to drop a transmission to access removing all the fluid out of the system. So A-okay. Under the header is a box over there that has other various fluids for maintenance to make sure we can kind of get the job done. Oh, the tire. As you can see, this is a brand new tire. It bothered me to no end that I had rubbed. See, you can actually see some of the tire residue right there from what happened. What happened was we dipped a wheel off of the pavement. Yeah. And the right head adjustment snapped, broke the tack that held the bracket in there, and it slammed that wheel up into the fender. Luckily, I got no cracking, no deterioration. The other side, same kind of way, the tack was broken, but it was not bottomed out. This side was bottomed out, and it basically rubbed away all the way, on that shoulder of that tire. Now, aesthetically, looked terrible. Could have kept it to ride on the street because it was not showing cords. But if we tracked the car, and it was basically by my own doing, where yes, I probably spent the money that I probably didn't really have to, but I did not want that sitting in the back of my mind and possibly holding me back from driving as fast as I could be driving, thinking that I might have a tire that might be ballooning or might delaminate or might just be weaker. And I don't want to have that wreck, and I don't want to, ruin everybody's track day by me blowing out a front wheel, and who knows what could have possibly happened. But that's my worst case scenario that I drummed up in the back of my head. So tires replaced. All the tires are 100%. We just need to get a clutch kit, a throw-up bearing. These were the Center Force. They served me well. Center Force, if you're watching, your boy would love to have another one. So hit me up. If not, we might look at what else is available out on the market. Transmission's 100%. Drive shaft's on the ground over there. It's 100%. Yeah, so it's actually, it's not too shabby. Not too shabby looking. There is another brake I noticed. So, something else. When I was pulling up and I was lifting the car, it looks like we're going to need new rear coilover shocks. So, it was kind of a hard entry. I dipped a wheel off the asphalt and re-entering onto the road. The front got it, I know that, but those coilovers seem to be fine. The rear, however, might have taken a little bit harder of a hit to get back onto the road, and we need some new Vera shocks. Those are some that are offered with the TCP, Total Control Products, TCP rear suspension that I have. It's also teamed up with, the Chris Austin Chassis Works guys with the Fab 9 housing and all that jazz. I gotta get a new pair. So we're just gonna get the single adjustables. That's what's back there right now. We'll have those replaced. So looking at kind of some of these repair costs, or I guess shocks is a repair, clutch is more of a maintenance thing. The clutch is gonna cost $500 for the clutch kit. Another $180 for another throw-out bearing. The Verishocks, those are $700, and you buy them by the pair. You know, it is what it is. And yeah, and then that would be what we would need to kind of get this thing back to roadworthy, get it back on the street, and run on down. So about $1,400. So hopefully these tools might be able to put them to use. Maybe get a couple side hustles done. You know, make a little moolah. That might help us fund our race car stuff, which is also why we do the social media thing, because the social media thing so far has definitely opened up opportunities for myself, and definitely has made the hobby a whole lot cheaper. So, so now that I have the press and the pipe bender, and we've used it a couple times, there's something that this front end is missing that might help with stiffening the chassis. And being that we remove the strut towers, you know, it's been kind of hard finding a place to bolt up a strut tower brace. So now, because I don't have strut towers, yes, I know. Anyways, underneath these holes, like that one, this one, same thing with this one, that one, there is the Mustang to Fear front end stiffening kit, which are these large pipe that run underneath here to help stiffen, you know, connects the firewall to the front subframe, kind of on the outside. But I'm thinking we're going to mimic kind of what the Monte Carlo bar and things like that for these cars, how they used to have them for what stiffened the chassis up when they did have the strut towers, because that'll be one of those things that, yeah, that would definitely help. And we'll probably get some Heim joints, some adjustable Heim joints, so that we can make sure we maximize some adjustment and things like that. And basically the layout's going to be to go from here to the factory location. We'll make a little flange plate that goes back there. So from here to there to there, but we're also going to bridge across and then maybe come to this front radiator support. I don't know about the front radiator support, but it would definitely be kind of maybe toward these outside right here, but that would be additional bracing. I'm not sure how that would work. It might just be too much, and we might just leave it at the back that runs across the front of the engine, so that makes sure we can have some clearance with the hood, the engine, and make sure that strut bar definitely doesn't touch the engine, because we don't need to have any, we don't need to cause false knock, you know. So that's pretty much the update with the Mustang. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I didn't want to have just kind of nothing floating out there. You know, right after we were just kind of working on the car, it seemed like pretty good momentum, but I just wanted to kind of get that out there that, you know, the content may shift a little until we can get the parts, you know, money for parts and parts themselves here to install in the car. I just didn't want you guys to be left hanging and thinking maybe I just disappeared on you guys. So that's what's kind of happening there. We might do a couple other things. Now, keep in mind, we, you know, on the other side of that door, we have another vehicle that's Coyote powered that I might showcase, which is, yeah, my daily driver. I might give you a little showcase on how the life of that guy is doing, and maybe we can talk about some of the few things that are done to the truck and plans or suggestions. I don't know. We'll get into that as it comes. Also, we'll definitely be collaborating a good bit with Houston Speed Freaks, or Travis. Definitely have some fun together, and I think that's pretty much it. So look, hit a like, that helps me out. Leave a comment down below. I read every single one of them. And if you're new here, why don't you think about subscribing, and I will see you guys later.